Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got Superpowers Blue Beetle, which I had to do a hunt to get this one. But the catalyst was I picked up the bug at a Ross store for $3.99, and this is pretty cool. I actually was kind of looking forward to getting this one out of the package. Spin it around here, we can see the back. Looks like it seats two figures, and you'll notice that we have Blue Beetle, and then there's Booster Gold in the co-pilot seat. Well, it just so happens we got Booster Gold as well, so we may get him out as well. Let's see, Blue Beetle's aerial mobile headquarters seats two figures, retractable skywire, push button to open wings. Yeah, pretty cool looking. Yeah, I was glad to see this become a part of the line. I dig Blue Beetle. I didn't dig having to find this figure because this was what, wave 7 or 8, and man, these things are getting harder and harder to find at a decent price. So actually, this one come from Canada. I'm in the States, so I had to order this one out of Canada in order to get it at a decent price. But yeah, so we'll start off. You know what? Let's start off with the actual vehicle. We'll start off with the bug. And this thing's a little bit wider than I really would prefer to do a video on in this light box that I have here, but we're going to make it work, so bear with me. All right, on the side we got a piece of tape. Just cut that. All right. And right out of the box, looks like we got the legs. I apologize, I'm trying not to shake the camera, but let me get this out of the package off camera. I do want to show this real quick. Blue Beetle bug ship assembly method. So it kind of gives you an idea how to put everything together. That's cool. I wish they'd have had that on that skull ship. Out of the package. I like that the color matches the Batmobile and several of the other vehicles. Not that it's necessary. All right, so we know from the picture that this basically goes on like this. All right, so that took a little bit of prying, but to get these little antenna on, you got to get that lined up just right. Ha! So just that button in the back. The cockpit on this is actually really cool. A lot of detail on the control panels. All right, we got all this right here is really cool. So let's figure out how to get these legs on. And they do appear all to be about the same, which is good. Unlike that skull ship that had Each leg had a specific spot it had to go in. So it's worth pointing out that these do adjust, get them in different positions. That's cool. And then you've got this retractable. That's actually pretty cool. You press that button and it goes back up. So yeah, this is pretty cool looking. Got it zoomed out as much as I can in order to get this in the frame. The only thing that would make this better is if it had like some wings on here, but I guess that's what those are for. Huh. So pretty cool. So let's pause on this for a second and let's bring in our blue beetle, because I think that's an important aspect to this. Just don't have enough room here. So important distinction on this is the Ted Cord version of Blue Beetle, not the more modern version like you saw in the movies. I was glad to see this one get added to the line. See, we got a little bio on him here. I'll pause this if you want to read that. Archaeologist Dan Garrett discovered an ancient scarab in the old Egyptian tomb that gave him superpowers which he used to fight crime. He eventually retired and was succeeded by the brilliant Ted Cord, who carried on the Blue Beetle legacy. Cool. All right, so I'm going to get him out of the package. Get our garbage out of the way. Very cool. And this one's got a very, very matte finish as opposed to many of the other ones that have a little more gloss to them. This one's actually really, really matte. But it looks cool because you got that glossy outline. The tempo is really nice. I mean, the paint on this is actually really, really good. Very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in his buddy Booster Gold. I don't want to do a separate video just for him. And boom, just went ahead and got him out. He's also a little more matte finish, but you can see them side by side. And let's see if this will stand properly. I dig it. I really dig it. This is a cool set of figures. I mean, you kind of got to have these guys together. I really like it. So yeah, we'll see if we can get the bug back in, and we'll see how these guys fit inside of it. Press that button, open it up. We'll turn it around here. Now you don't have a whole lot of room to maneuver. And I apologize for the camera moving around. I'm just not at a not in a place where I can have a very solid workstation. All right, let's close it up. All right, so now if we spin it around, we should be able to see them both inside. It's silly, but man, remember this was only $3.99, so have absolutely no complaints about the bug. And it's actually a pretty good size. I mean, and you could store stuff in here too. You could easily fit a couple extra figures in there. Let's bring somebody else in here. Hang on a second. So you want to give John Stewart a ride? He fits in there. And let's go with a smaller one. We'll bring in our Tim Drake Robin. Now that's cool. You actually can fit 4 figures inside of this, as well as some miscellaneous accessories because there's plenty of room. Again, on the bottom, you have this winch, and all you got to do is press this button for it to retract. That's nice that it actually has some good play features to it. Pretty cool. I think that was $3.99 well spent. I wish that I would have gotten these 2 figures at a discounted price, but specifically the the Blue Beetle was really expensive, way more expensive than what I would normally spend for a Superpowers figure. But because the line seems to be, I mean, it's not officially, but it seems to be kind of closing out or maybe coming to an end, and the distribution is so terrible with the Superpower stuff now. At least in my area, you can't find these in any retail stores. My only option is to order online, and which means I end up with third-party resellers who, I mean, I understand they're going to make their profit, but Jesus, this figure should not cost that much. This one wasn't that bad. I think this one was probably after shipping around the $20 mark, whereas this one was around $30. So all that because I picked up this $3.99 bug and then decided I needed these 2 figures to go with it. So yeah, that happens. So hey, sound off in the comments. Do you like this vehicle? Have you picked it up? Have you picked up either of these figures? I think they're pretty cool. I think this is a nice set. I really like that now I have another duo that I can, have flying to battle alongside the Batmobile with Batman and Robin. So yeah, this is very cool. I dig it. Let me know your thoughts. As always, appreciate you guys sticking around, watching another video, and I'll be back again soon. Thanks.